Alright, hello and welcome. Today we've got this beautiful blue S15 we'll be working on. We'll be doing a simple R34 GTR pedal install, which can also be done on your R34 GTT and also an R35 GTR Door Link. Believe it or not, they are pretty much a dead straight on swap into an S15. Now, you can take a look here what the old pedals look like. Appealing? Not really, kind of shit. These silver GTR pedals, metal as well, they're not plastic. They're so much nicer, so much grippier as well. The door links, on the other hand, have a look at this. How many times have you been working on your S15 and the doors just come straight back and hit you in the leg painfully? Yeah, I've had one too many times where that shit's happened to me, and I am definitely not a fan of it. So doing this install on my S15 as well, I've already done this. You can just see the 3 different levels out here. It'll hold, and it'll hold during some strong winds. I've tested that myself. So yeah, without further ado, let's pretty much get started. Alright, what you've pretty much got here will be each and every single part that you need to do this job. I wouldn't stress too much on copying down the parts if you're just going to buy them all. This is more so individually so you can see what you like in case you're missing something. I will have the parts linked down below in the description for you to have a look or purchase on one easy website. We'll begin basically by removing the door cards. So on the left image, take off those 2 screws, right image, those 4 below. Now this next right one, take on the 2 right screws or bolts, and on the left one, behind that cover is a sneaky little bolt on the passenger side. Unclip that bit on the top right, and the left hand door card rail, unscrew a bit of that and then pull that out. But yeah, anyways, here's a view of what the door link looks like from the inside of the S15 door. It's pretty much, you'll pretty much have to remove your speakers to get to them, showing you where the bolts are there, and here's another pretty much clip on what it looks like from the inside, just so you're sort of aware what you know you're going to face. You shouldn't have any issues as long as you have your window up. But yeah, for the door links, as you can see here, they do come with their little cover clip, so they do neaten themselves up. You want to make sure that bit basically is sitting at the top when you install it, so that's how you'll know which one, in case you mess up, which one is for the left door and which one is for the right door. Alright, and what we have here, these nuts here are from my garage. I found ones that fit. I did not need the genuine ones, which are displayed right here. So if you want them, you can get them. If not, see if you have some that work in your garage. But yeah, anyways, start with removing your speaker. Should give you pretty easy access. You don't need to pull the cords out, you just need to unbolt it from its mounting spot. And as you can see, I've already unbolted them, so I can pretty much straight away just pull them out and slide in the new ones. Just of course you make sure you have that little top circle orientated upwards, so that's how you know which side is the correct side. Now you may need to adjust where the door is, but I would say throw on a couple of the nuts just lightly, just so it's in place and it doesn't fall back inside the door. Once you've done that, we can obviously then move the door into the correct position. We can then get that bolt, which is right where my hand is there, right in there. So once you get them pretty much all snug up into the correct position and you're happy with where it is, you can just begin basically tightening it all down. I wouldn't overdo it, as you can just see here, just a nice gentle tighten. Same to the top, just a nice gentle tighten. There is no need to overdo it. Once you're done with that, you can pretty much throw on the little pretty cap that sits on top there to make it look nice and appealing. Actually does suit it fairly well. As you open up those doors, you don't even see those bolts and the nut coming through on the left there. You just see that nice clean 34 GTR door link right there. But anyways, moving on, there's the right side, nice and clean, beautiful, and that's it. That's all the 35 GTR door link is. It's as simple as that. Obviously throw your speakers back in and you're finished. Now that that's done, let's begin doing the 34 GTR pedal set. We're going to start off with the footrest because that's the easiest. There is a bolt that sits at the bottom and a bolt that sits pretty much at the top. Go ahead, undo them. I believe it's a 10mm from memory. Clean up any dirt if you want there that would have been collected over the years. You'll see here on the other side, funnily enough, there is a little revision that could have been drilled into, and that third right there, that top right, you see it, that third bolt hole could have been used, but they never ended up using it. Now you can use a 34 footrest like this if you really want to, but see if it works with your foot position. For me, it was very awkward. It was hitting the pedal, the clutch pedal, and I just wasn't too happy with that. I personally recommend throwing it down here flat. You can obviously drill that little section there. The only reason I recommend to not drill that section and just use that one bolt at the bottom is when you go ahead and you drill that bit, it'll be visible above the carpet and not as appealing. On that, to solve that top left issue there, you can cut out a piece of carpet or anything that matches the material of the carpet and just pretty much lay it through there. It'll be completely fine. Let's move on to the clutch and the brake pedal. 2 flathead screwdrivers is all you need. It should be pretty easy and fairly simple, I hope. As you can see, I'm doing it with one hand, straight through there, and another flathead there. There is glue on the face of it, but it should not be too bad. Same obviously with the clutch pedal. Go ahead, remove that. Nice and easy. Now, what's next is going to be slightly tricky. You are going to have to cut into it a bit. The rubber on that material right there on the pedals is extremely tough and hard. I tried to do that on my S15 without cutting it and it was nearly impossible. So you just do those 3 cuts there, as you see I'm showing you here, with any sharp razor blade. Obviously don't try and cut yourself, that'd be a pretty silly idea. You're also going to want to throw this in boiling water. It is, I'm not kidding, it is that hard of a rubber piece. Let that soften up a little bit. If you want to make it easier, throw in some dish soap, just so it's easier to slip on. And yeah, so you'd begin basically by sliding it in through the middle here. You'll sort of figure it out, and then you'll be able to pull it over to one side. But then you will need a flat head basically to get underneath there and pull each section. Now this is what I had to do. This is exactly what I had to do to get underneath it. This is the most comfortable position for me, at least. As much as it looks like I'm breaking my back in like 2-3 places there, it was the most comfortable for me to get underneath under there. If you're unable to do it, you should be able to completely do it fine by just sitting on the side of the car and just getting your flathead in there and getting each of the sections that we cut and sliding them straight on over. And it pretty much should go right in, no issues. I didn't have any issues. Of course, once it hardens up from that boiling water, it's nearly impossible to move. So let's go ahead onto the accelerator pedal. You'll see now I'm unclipping the top clip of it on the back. I'll show you that in just a second. It comes down, there's just a little hook bit like that. So I'll spin it around and show you. You can see the top bit is just easily also removed by a flathead. You can go ahead and unclip that, no issues there, and that'll slide right out. As you can see there, that's what the pedal looks like. And you do have an option. Now we do have to unfortunately do some trimming. So those are the 2 pieces I have there that you'll need for it. Obviously it clips up on to that bit, and the bottom bit will just pretty much slide and push in, but do not do that bit just yet. You could see right here exactly whereabouts that bit comes in contact with the lip or the edge of the pedal. So we are going to need to trim that down. Now you do have an option to trim that down right along here, but there is also an option if you want to. You can just cut that piece on the pedal itself. I should be able to show you that in a second if it goes on to the next clip. So yeah, there's a demonstration of what you'd be cutting there. Or you can choose right here to just pretty much cut that whole bit off. But I like it because it gives it a bit of a weight to the accelerator and more of a natural feel. It's all up to you. That will make the job easier. Once you're done pretty much slicing like this, I use a Dremel. You can obviously just use a grinder or anything like that to just get it like level. It is strong material, so I wouldn't use anything light on it. So I've removed the accelerator pedal for you to have a look here. Pretty much slides in like that, and then it'll get pressed in. You will need to use a bit of force to press it in if you choose to keep that black centerpiece in there. And this is where you find two parts. Now, one part is obviously one of those little bushing things is bigger than the other one. This one just freely spins on there. That is the correct one. The other one that I have here, the smaller one, that one will not fit, but it still came with the kit that I purchased from the website. You will see why in a moment. That loose one on the left is for the S15. That smaller one is for the R34. Once you're, obviously, if you're chucking on S15, throw on the S15 one, press it in, no issues there. Should go right in, and you can push that bit in, get that top bit ready in. Now, I did have to use, I believe, vice grips, these are called, and a rag to just press it in. Put the rag on the side of the, obviously where the metal's going to be, and just do your best to press them together. You'll notice you don't need to actually press it in that much, because you'll see right here it hooks on like teeth on both ends. So I thought I had to press a lot. I had to just press a fair decent amount down, and it pretty much hooked both ends in, and that is on there absolutely solid. But once that's it, all you've got to do left is just peel all that stuff off. You're pretty much finished. That's why I leave the protective film on there, just in case it could get scratched or whatnot, and leave it all till the end. There's the footrest metal piece, easy as pressing that in. And so there you go, that's it, it's all done. Now install the R34 GTR pedals as well as the R35 GTR Door Links. And that pretty much concludes everything. If you've got any questions or whatnot, throw them in the comment section. I'll respond to them as soon as I see them. Other than that, enjoy your day and take care.